Hey there. It's time for the Thursday vlog, and I'm a little bit tired because it's in the evening. We had open art studio today, and it was a delightful one with two creators full of life and full of passion painting here together with me. And actually, that's brought to mind what I wanted to talk about today. Shortly. Um, People who come here to the studio and people who I meet in coaching and also art customers talk often about the inner critic. And the inner critic is the inner experience when you're doing something that you hear yourself thinking that you can't do it, that you're worthless or what you're doing isn't good enough. And you can also feel it in your body, being very controlled, feeling tension, especially in your shoulders. Or you can even get queasy in your stomach. But in any case, the inner critic actively stops you from creating what you want to create. Or if it doesn't stop you completely, what you're creating becomes contrived, not as relaxed, not as authentic to you as it would be otherwise. And in what I have studied and all the more than 2,000 people I've worked with have found is that the way to kind of integrate or take the inner critic with you into creating, but leave it in the back seat, is to find your play space. And there are 3 really easy ways to activate the play space. One is to remove all control from what you're doing. You can call it a warm-up if you want. If you're drawing, it could be drawing with your eyes closed or drawing with the hand you don't usually draw with. So the idea is to remove control. If you're writing, you can write just your thought stream, what's happening in your thoughts. Or even, just describe everything you see around you. If you're moving, you can also move with your eyes closed. And any of these 3 things, drawing, painting, moving, without control, can also be used to warm you up into creating anything you want. Making food. I'm not gonna say do your accounting because that always makes people I guess you can be creative and accurate in doing your accounting too. I wouldn't know. But yeah. Okay, I just used it as an example, so there you go. Anyway, your play space. One thing, remove control. The other thing is make the space you are in safe. Remove judgment. Assure yourself that you're safe and surround yourself with people who are safe. Promise yourself you're not going to show this work to anybody who's unsafe. Use everything you can to make the space, inner and outer, where you're creating, safe. And the third thing to find your play space is to play. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Ask yourself, what is my way of playing? What makes me laugh? What makes me goof around? Okay, so these are the 3 things that help you get into your play space. Let go of control, create a zone of safety, and play. And the play part of this is the third intentionally, because many of us adults have forgotten how to play. But when you both remove the possibility of control and are in a safe space, the play almost comes naturally. You can trust that. Especially when you ask yourself, what makes me laugh? What helps me have fun? Okay? And what do you do with the creation? Okay, you've created in a safe space without control and playfully. What remains? How do you look at that? So our traditional way that we often learn in school to look at things we have created is to use very normative thinking. Is it good? Is it bad? Where is it on this scale? Is it an A? Is it an A minus? Is it a C? Is it F? Is it, and if you're in Finland, is it a 4? Is it an 8? Is it a 10? And this is the way we are trained to look at everything we do through external measurements. But there's another way. And this way is to look at it like a phenomenon, phenomenologically. I knew I was going to do that. Anyway, to look at it as a phenomenon. And this means you look at it with your senses. What do I see? What do I sense? What do I smell? What do I taste? In imagination. Don't taste your pictures. Do it in your imagination. What else? Is there movement there? Is it warm? Is it cold? I always say to my students when I train creativity coaching, try to imagine that you're in a animated movie. You're in an animated movie and you need to explain to your friend what your surroundings look like. So you need to explore this animated movie with all your senses. Because when you look at what you've created as a phenomenon, you can have a relationship to it. You can look at it through your heart, through your emotions. And this changes everything. It changes everything because you suddenly connect to your core. You suddenly connect to your compassion. You suddenly connect to your feelings about what you've created. And then you find out what you've actually really created, what the meaning is for you. But you do it through your heart and your experience instead of doing it intellectually or using somebody else's standards to judge what you just created. Okay, so this turned out to be a really long video. And that happens sometimes. So, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. Do you still remember which 3 things helps you get into play space? And let's talk in 2 weeks. Bye.